Hi guys. Boy, it's been a while, huh? I figured I'd tell you what's been going on because I feel like I owe you an explanation as to why I haven't been here. And while I do that, I'm going to put together a card. So, I'm using a standard A2 size card base. I'm going to use 3 mats on the inside and then 3 mats on the outside plus a piece of vellum. It is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. I rounded this corner and this corner just opposite of each other, and I'm going to leave the other two just their normal. I'm not rounding them. That's what I'm trying to say. Then on the inside, the first mat is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. The second mat is 4 by 5 1/4. And then the last mat is 3 3/4 by 5 1/8. That goes on the inside. And then I'm going to heat emboss a sentiment both on the inside and on the outside. Alright, for the outside, the first one is 4 by 5 3/8. The second one is 3 3/4 by 5 1/8. And then the final one is 3.5 by 5. And then I took vellum and made it the same exact size. Made it a little bit wider, so it's more like 4.5. And then scored with 1/4 inch on each side so that I could fold it over so that I could hide the adhesive. Again, on all of these mats, I rounded the corners the same as I did on the card. So that should be simple enough, right? I'm going to heat emboss on this vellum, or at least I'm going to attempt to. I got this vellum at Walmart in a pack a long time ago. What I did with this flower that goes underneath this one in the front, I didn't want the colors to get lost behind the vellum. See how much more dull those are? And I have enhanced this one as well. What I did with this one is I took my Prismacolor pencils and I just kind of went around the edge to put a shadow in to make it look like one was in front of the other more than what it was drawn. So that's what I did with that. I'm not an artist. I just like to make cards. On this one, I did the same thing. I went around the edges, and then I kind of darkened up the color down at the base of the petals. And then on this one and this one, I just went kind of around the edge to make it pop forward, and then I enhanced the greenery on there. So that's all I did to those guys. That's going to be pretty, I think. Alright. Ouch. So I'm going to go ahead and put, and this I might pop up, this top one. The stamp set I'm using is one I bought on eBay a long time ago, and I've never used it. You know, I'm embarrassed to say that I've done that a lot. Anyway, it's just a bunch of sentiments. It says, thanks, hugs, for your friendship, for always being there, just because, and this was all one stamp, but I cut it apart, because what if I don't want to put it long ways like that, you know what I mean? You are so special to me for all your hard work. Thank you. That was all one stamp set, or all one stamp, and I cut it apart as well. To my crafty friend, sister, for everything, and kisses, sending your way. So anyway, that's the one I'm going to use. And I'm actually making this for one of my crafty friends. So the sentiments I'm going to use are the hugs to my crafty friend, and then on the inside I'm going to do the just because. And I'm going to use my Versamark ink and then this copper colored embossing powder by Wow. This is a super fine embossing powder. I really like this one. So yeah, where have I been? Last year was a hard year because we lost a lot of friends and family that we love dearly. Also, I got out these little pearls that I'd gotten from Michael's probably close to 3 years ago. And you can tell I've used maybe 4 off of this. That's shameful. So we attended a ton of funerals last year, and it was just a lot. You know, it was dragging me down because these are people that I genuinely love and care about and are family to me, because my close friends will tell you that I don't have a whole lot of friends. I have a lot of family, because I don't look at close people as friends. I look at them as family. Hang on. Let's go this way. One of the people that I lost last year was someone I'd known since I was young. I was maybe a teenager when I met her, young teenager. And her brother and I actually were best friends. And then I met her, and of course she became family too. So I lost her last year, and I lost my godmother, who there's few people in the world that will ever be as good as she is. So I was having a really rough time with just those two, not counting the other people that had passed, because I do love those people as well. But they weren't, the other people that I lost were not, I wasn't as close to, I guess is the way to say that. Oh, come on. No. I already messed up. I've been on here 2 seconds. Alright, so let's see. Okay. So, aside from attending a ton of funerals last year, I was dealing with a lot of grief. And you know, I'm almost 50 years old, so I've dealt with grief in my life, and I've lost people in my life. So grief I can handle. You know, I know all the things that you have to do to keep a healthy mind to get through it, because I have battled anxiety and depression on and off the biggest majority of my life. So it's not, that wasn't new to me. Then on October 22nd, my brother was killed in a car accident, and that one threw me for a big time loop. I'm still struggling with that one, honestly. If I can be totally honest, what I'm doing is, because I tore up this card base, and I don't want to waste all of this good card stock, so I just cut it away and I'll use it on sentiments or something. And look what I just did. I just stuck it down. Oh my goodness. I am just a disaster today, but I'm not going to quit. Yeah, I'm not going to quit. I'm going to use my wet glue to glue this down. This two-sided tape that I used is super duper sticky, and I know better. You know, I know to be more careful. I just am so far out of the loop now that now I need a new card base. This one is opposite. Will this one work? Yeah, I think so. It's gonna be close. Ooh, gonna be real close. Okay, so my brother passed away October 22nd of last year. And again, that one threw me for a loop. But all the while, I had this little dog, and just follow me here, okay? That's all I'm asking. And my little dog was an elderly little dog, and, well, he was 18 and a half. And he had been battling cancer for a while. And toward the end of his life, you know, he'd gotten pretty sick. Obviously, he's passed away. But with all that little dog was dealing with, you know, just, again, he'd been battling cancer. With all that he was dealing with, when my brother passed away, his concern was me, you know, being right at my side and helping me to get through my grief. That's how that little dog always was. You know, we had him he was 18 and a half, and we had him for all but a little over a year of his life. And he was a rescue. And I, you know, have said for years that I didn't rescue him, he rescued me. But after the death of my brother, it was just too much for me. It became too much because it wasn't just me losing my brother, which was horrible. It was also the grief that I felt for my mother. You know what I mean? As a mother, I cannot imagine my child passing before me, because a parent is not supposed to bury their child, in my opinion. A parent is not supposed to outlive their children. And that, you know, that's just my opinion. Take it for what you want. I got tired of jacking with glue, so, I mean, at some point I may have to mess with it. So anyway, then in December, my little dog lost his little battle. And it was just too much. It was too much, because my dog wasn't just my dog. He was my fur baby. You know, they were family members. My dogs were. They weren't just dogs. You know, there's some people that can treat their animals that way. I'm not one of those people. So, that, along with the grief of my brother, was just too much. Just too much. And I didn't realize how much of my day was wrapped up in caring for that little dog toward the end of his life. I knew, I spent the biggest majority of my day caring for him, but I'm home the biggest majority of the day. And, it wasn't a big deal because I was here and he needed it. And, you know what I mean? But I found myself kind of lost after he passed, because what do I do with my day now? Yeah, I have plenty of things to do with my day. But I cared for him every day, the biggest majority of the day, if that makes sense. I hope it does. To keep myself from, and this is just going back to the card, which is why we're here, right? To keep myself from messing up another card base, what I'm doing with this, because I know this is super sticky tape, is I'm only peeling off the back so far down and then folding it over. I learned that trick from Therese of Lost in Paper. She's an Australian woman that makes some beautiful cards, absolutely stunning cards. Anyway, she showed this little trick on her channel, I don't know how long ago. It's been a long time ago. And typically I forget to do it until I mess up a card base, and it's like, oh, ding dong, why didn't you do this? Then you just grab your little tab and peel it away, and you don't have to worry about sticking it in the wrong spot and trying to peel it up and all that stuff. Okay, so my dog passed away, my brother passed away, and it's been a lot. It has been a lot. My mom came to town for a while, and she's had some health problems. She has COPD, but she had some health problems. She ended up with double pneumonia and ended up in a hospital, and then ended up having to go to a rehab for her breathing because her breathing was so bad, and to help her build up her stamina so that, she could get air. And my brother, who passed away, I have 2 older brothers and an older sister, but my older brother that passed away had lived with my mom and helped take care of my mom. So that has added to her grief, He's not there every day. And being a mom, again, I can't imagine losing my child. I just can't. And I pray I never find out what that's like. So it's been even harder on her because he lived with her. And it's just been hard. It's just been hard. And then, just last week, 2 weeks ago, I've lost track of time and days. It's terrible. I've lost track of time. 2 weeks ago, my husband was put on a new medication. He has AFib, and he has high blood pressure. And he was put on these 2 new medications, Eliquis and Tamacor, for him to take to try and straighten out his irregular heartbeat, because that's what AFib is. He ended up presenting with like 6 of the, I'm going to have to move this magnet, of the side effects for the Tamacor. So he ended up dehydrated because of it, and he quit taking it and called the doctor's office about it, and they said, yeah, don't take it, just, when you come back in, then we'll go from there. Just don't take it anymore for now. Well, he continued taking the Eliquis, and he continued to have some of the same problems. So, come on. So he quit taking that, and then he woke me up a week ago this last Wednesday, so a week and a half ago, because today's a Saturday. He woke me up a little bit after 5 and said, something's wrong. We've got to go to the hospital. So I took him to the hospital, and because he don't want to do it, a blasted ambulance, hard-headed. I'm going to go ahead and put my powder on here, and then I'll heat both of them at the same time, this one and the front one. Put that away. It'll, you know what, I forgot to treat this. Oh, good grief. See, I am making a mess today. Hopefully I don't end up with embossing powder in places I don't want it. Anyway, I took him to the hospital, and they gave him something for nausea, and it had morphine in it for the pain he was having in his stomach. Well, within about 3 minutes of them giving him that through his IV, he almost died. Literally. His heart rate dropped to 19. His skin went gray. His whole body went ice cold. Eyes rolled back in his head. They put the defibrillator pads on him, ready to shock his heart. At any rate, they got him stable, and admitted him into the hospital. And the first blood work that they came back with didn't show anything that was abnormal, really. But then the second round of blood work that they had showed that he had a severe infection in his blood. So they put him in the hospital and pumped him full of extremely heavy antibiotics and kept him there until, that was on a Wednesday, kept him there until Saturday. Sent him home with Bactrim. Alright, so sent him home on Saturday with Bactrim. Said take this for 10 days to help finish clearing up the infection that they ended up saying was a staph infection in his blood that he did not have on his first round of blood work. So, I almost knocked my embossing powder over. I would have been so frustrated over that. Good grief. Now I'm going to do what I should have done in the first place and treat this with some sort of powder tool. Alright, my camera died and the memory was full, so I got it all straightened out now. We're going to get back to what we were doing. I spread out my acetate in here, but for placement, to make sure that I set my stamps in the right spot, I'm going to slip that back under there and make sure. Oh my goodness. I am just making a mess. Yeah, see, that's perfect. Let's slip that back out. Well, maybe. Alright, this time I'm not going to forget to treat it with my anti-static powder tool, I think is what this thing is called. Let me get my other piece back out of the way. So hopefully life will get back to normal and everything will kind of settle down a little bit. On a more positive note, my son got promoted on his job. I'm real proud of him. Of course, I'm always proud of him. He's always been such a good young man and a fantastic son. I don't know what made me so blessed that God blessed me with him, but him and my husband both. Because they're certainly huge blessings in my life. Alright, let's see how I did. Move that out of the way. My T is missing. It's going to be kind of loud. I'm sorry. And when you're doing acetate, or vellum, it's best to make sure your heat tool's all the way heated up before taking it to the vellum or acetate. And if it's thin acetate, I wouldn't do it. It just melts it. Ask me how I know. All right. Simple enough, right? I just didn't want to come back in a negative headspace because I don't think that's fair to anyone. What I did with my vellum is after I scored it where I needed it, I went ahead and rounded the corners that I needed rounded. I like this little stamp set. And I don't even know what I was searching for. I think I just searched sentiments. It was on eBay that I got them. And I quit buying stamp sets on AliExpress, and I'll tell you why. I bought the one stamp set that was, that I knew was a Stampin' Up! Stamp set. And I felt super guilty after that. Because I shouldn't have bought it knowing full well that it was a copy that they basically stole the idea and stole the stamp set. Well, they stole the entire stamp set. And I shouldn't have done that. I ended up throwing that one away. And I did then turn around because, like I said, I felt guilty. Come on, get in there. I did turn around and go to Stampin' Up! And buy the stamp set from them. So, you know, some people it doesn't bother me. It starts to weigh heavy on me. And then there was one stamp that I had bought on, I believe, eBay. It had Santa Claus and then a reindeer. And I bought that one. I'm pretty sure it was on eBay. I found out that one was a copy. I was like, really? Come on. But I wouldn't have known that because it was made way before I started stamping, and I just happened upon it and thought it was cute, so I bought it. At any rate, I quit buying them on AliExpress, and I've been buying some here and there on eBay, but not very many. I did buy Tracy of Gift Basket Appeal. She's doing stamp sets now, and her website is mindlesscrafting.com, and I bought one of her stamp sets, and there's 2 more I'm going to buy from her, and I just hope that they have such success. So far it has been, and I hope it continues because they are such good people. And just like with May May and Vinny, I think they're very good people too. And I don't know the owners of, well, I don't know any of them really personally. Like in my day-to-day life type thing. I just know what my gut feeling says about some people, you know. And I think that Vinny and May May are fantastic people, and I think that Bill and Tracy are wonderful people, and I just hope wonderful success for all of them. I'll show you the stamp set that I got from Tracy. It is so stinking cute, and I haven't had time to play with it yet. I mean, let me rephrase that. I've stamped a little bit with it, but I haven't had time to do any cards with it. I've just done a little bit of stamping so I could do some coloring with it to play with it. I don't need this much foam. I just get carried away. This is the one that I got. Like I said, it's Mindless Crafting. And this one is called the Love You stamp set. This little dog is what caused me to buy this stamp set. He is so stinking cute. Anyway, there are 2 other stamp sets that I'm going to get of theirs too. And like I said, I think they're really good people. And I just try to put out positive thoughts and about people, you know. There are some people that are good at fooling people, but I don't. That's not Tracy and Bill. They're just good, genuine people. And I got this way too low. But since I've already stuck that corner down, this is the card that just doesn't want to be good. Cute. Hang on. I want to move this one. That's cute. Now it needs a little heart on it. I got those from Dollar Tree, so no, I don't want the pink. I'm going to use clear. I like them really well. And I always try and put a heart on all of my cards, because I put a little heart in every card I make, even the ones that struggle with me. I think I'm just going to put it, no, not there. No, I don't like it there either. There. Cute. Yeah, I get these little hearts from Dollar Tree, and there's 25 of them in there. There's one that looks black, but it's not black. It's a deep purple. And then there's a pink, and then this one. And I thought I saw somebody got some red ones. I thought I saw that. Could be wrong. It's been a while. There we go. What do you guys think? I think it turned out cute, in spite of being kind of a pain in the neck. I think it turned out really cute. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for spending a little bit of time with me. Thanks for all your patience. I certainly appreciate it. I'm going to get back to making regular videos. So I hope you guys have a great day and a glorious tomorrow. Bye, guys.